Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another author interview. We are here with Christine Lawrence. We're going to talk about her book a little bit. Christine, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
And she actually was stopped by the store today, drop off some books. And I'm like, you know what? We're going to take this opportunity to get to know you a little bit, let the readers know a little bit about you.
Sounds good.
And you just had the one debut book, right? When did it come out?
Came out August 22nd.
This year?
Yes.
Oh, so it's new. It's called The I, Thee Dead. And at the bottom it says a Wedded Bliss mystery #1, so it's going to be part of a series.
Yep.
Correct. So how did you, what made you decide to start writing, I guess?
Actually, when I was little, my mom was very big into reading. So she always took us to the library. We'd leave with a stack of big books, and we'd go back every week and get a new big stack. The other thing was, I was snooping one day, and I found a story she had written when she was younger.
Really?
Yeah, and it was so crazy because I was like, my mom wrote a book. I thought it was so cool.
Right.
And like, if my mom can do it, then I can do it.
Right.
So I started writing short stories. I was hooked on the Babysitters Club, if anyone remembers that series. So I started writing my own, and that's just kind of how it started. And in 2008, I decided it was something I seriously wanted to pursue. So I started going to writers groups and conferences, take classes, and my education's in forensic science.
Mm-hmm.
I don't work in it, so I figured, why not use that in my stories?
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is what I'm really into, is mysteries, true crime. So kind of combine all those things. So
yeah, we had another author here whose husband in cybersecurity, and she had worked in criminal justice. So, and I think that's one of kind of makes the book more authentic too.
Yes.
Like I could write. My first book is a mystery, but it's very general. Like there's not a police officer involved. There's not any kind of behind the scenes. But I think people like the show like CSI and Criminal Minds because they were able to learn something from watching it. And so books that have somebody from a technical background, I think, are beneficial.
Yeah.
Because not only do you enjoy the story, but you'll actually kind of see some of the techniques that are used to do that. That's very interesting.
I also used to be a private investigator for
a
year and a half, a couple years. So some of what I did are in some of my stories. So some of my the scene in this book where they're doing surveillance, I did surveillance a lot. So some of those little bit pieces from my real life experiences I've tried to put in my book as well.
Yeah,
and write about them. Surveillances seem like all great and fun on TV, but 11 hours in a car in the summer is really boring and really hot. So, but it's great information and stuff.
I think that's a great way to pull from it too, because I mean, obviously, you just write, they just, staked out. But I think one of the things about being a writer, since you're not a visual person, like you're not movies, you're not TV, so you have everything's got to be written down. And sometimes writers, when they're writing, they see it in their head. They don't always translate it well.
Exactly.
I think that's kind of neat because now you can almost see when you're in these situations, actually be able to like feel the heat. The air conditioner's not doing enough, or the music's boring, or the mind starts to wander.
Right.
Things like that that a lot of all the authors may just bypass.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's been really fun. I've really enjoyed writing this series. There's 5 more planned for it. I'm actually editing book 2 right now.
Nice.
So I kind of fell in love with this world, these characters, because I've been working with them for so long. So I hope everyone else really, gets to enjoy them. And
let's talk a little bit about the main characters.
Sure.
So is this follow one or group?
Yes.
Or?
Leah Jordan is the main protagonist. She has come back to town to take over her family's wedding planning business.
Mm-hmm.
Her aunt recently died, and she's asked 2 of her best friends to join her and help running the business. And then there's Sally, who's been there forever. She decided to stay on. And shortly after coming back, she realizes the business is in trouble. But they've snagged a local socialite's wedding, which could be the saving grace and bring in a lot of money.
But while they're there...
But then the to-be groom ends up dead.
Now, I've been looking at your cover while we're sitting here, and I was looking at it, and obviously you can't see from there, but we'll have it, if you go take a look at the pictures on our website and stuff, there's a lady right here, and that's probably the protagonist.
Yeah, that's Leah. Mm-hmm.
And then over here, which I saw the lady with the carriage, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah. I didn't realize there was a dead body right at the bottom underneath the carriage. I'm like, oh, okay. So the cover does kind of go with the theme. It was like not just kind of sometimes people... has the characters on there, maybe like a background. Yeah. But it looks like you've actually put a clue.
I try to on each of the books. There's some kind of clue that has to do with the story. And a lot of people do miss the body under the carriage because Cinderella has a part in this. Mm-hmm. That's kind of part of the theme that the couple in this book chose. Okay. So each book, there's going to be like a main wedding. And so this particular couple, she's Cinderella princess. She's a socialite, so she wanted, all the princess stuff. Yeah. So
even the Wedded Bliss mystery is going to be revolved around weddings and marriages. Yeah.
So the company's called the Wedded Bliss that she runs.
Okay, very nice.
And then there's something like in this first book. So the groom is killed, but her best friend is the number one suspect. So Leah has to race and figure out
conflict in there.
How to get her best friend cleared and find the real killer.
Right.
So she ends up working with a sexy private investigator.
Got to.
And a handsome detective.
I'm already envisioning Lucifer. Tom Willis. Tom Willis. Lucifer. Right? Yeah. I always think between him and the guy who played
Tom Ellis.
Tom Ellis. Tom Weller's, I think, the one that played Superman.
And he was on that.
He was on that show for a season too. Yeah.
Yeah, we just binged that not too long ago, my husband and I. But and they're quirky characters. There's some humor. I've had some great reviews of it so far. A lot of people are laughing. There's some funny stuff. The first time that Leah meets the private investigator, who she doesn't know is a private investigator at the time, something kind of happens with their first meeting that she kind of gets embarrassed, and it's a really good read. It's a quick read. It's fun. Yeah. Doesn't take you long to read it. Very character driven. So. Yeah,
I mean the cover's fun, right? Yeah. The cover looks like almost like it's going to be a quirky romance, right? But then you have to look a bit closer, and you're like, oh, it's a mystery. So someone might go in, oh, that's cute. I'm gonna read this, and like, oh my god, what's happening? But at the same time, it's fun. I mean, I grew up on like Murder, She Wrote, and stories like that with Columbo, where it's just the characters themselves everybody involved was just so interesting, into the story.
I think that's been my favorite thing, is character-driven stories. That's what I kind of hone in on. Whatever show, TV show, if it's a book, the ones that are really well-developed characters, that's what really pulls me in. And so that's what I hope, my readers will like is the characters.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, and of course, you're on social media and stuff. You already got the second one that you're editing on. When is that expected to come out?
Hopefully in 2025. Okay. I don't know for sure yet. But that's my plan, is to at least book 2 in 2025, maybe book 3 if I can swing it, both of them next year.
Having a pre-planned 5-book series, is there an underlying long-term story as well? Or these can be read individually?
They can be read individually. I mean, there is, of course, some growth, but they're all separate standalone stories. Okay. They're all, the same world, same characters. The next one is the Wedding Bliss, or the Wedded Bliss has a wedding convention, bridal show. There's going to be one at a actual convention they travel to. There is always just a pivotal main couple in the story that's getting married, that's their big job for the book. And then somehow something comes along, a body, and then they have to get to work on that.
I think all these catering services out there, you should read this. You never know when you're going to find yourself in the middle of a mystery. And you can rely on the police and you can rely on the professionals, but really, you may have to take matters into your own hands.
Well, especially when you live in a small town.
Exactly.
So.
Oh, nice. Does this take place now? All these stories take place in the same town, or
Ashford, Ohio, which is a small town. It's based on
Okay, I was gonna say I know we have Nash Land. But I don't know
it's based on a couple that I've kind of just pieced together, pieces and parts from some small towns, and I actually live in a small town now. I used to live in a city, so it's been interesting, and now I'm getting more ideas too from being in a small town that I want to put in my future books. So.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah. I think people like that too, especially when being around this area, be able to see some similarities. It's like, oh, I think that kind of sounds like. Me, when I wrote my mystery novels, like I based on kind of like what I would picture. Like, I've never been to the New England colonies and stuff, but I was like, I kind of picture what it'd be like. I live in one of those towns up there. But being like writing about some place that you actually live in some couple different areas allows you to really get the visuals down.
Yes.
Without being too specific.
Right.
Like they're in like the Midwest, but you don't know exactly where. Very nice.
Yeah.
And so, what is your kind of like your writing style? Do you? I always ask every author if you're a plotter or a pantser.
I'm kind of a plantser.
Okay.
So I write my first draft handwritten. As my friends that know me in real life, I'm always carrying notebook and pen around. I use composition books usually, and I handwrite it all out. I'll start by kind of figuring out who my main character is, who some of the side characters are, the suspect, 5 or 6 suspects, and then kind of what their means, motive, and opportunity are if they have them. And then I write out plot points.
Right.
So from A to B. So what the start, and then solving the crime, and then I kind of fill it in. I like doing it on index cards too, and then that way I can just write plot points on an index card and then lay them out, and then kind of shuffle them together and see where they fit. See what's missing between this card and that card, or how can I connect, this plot point to this plot point to get, is there something missing? Do I need to add more? And then I just start handwriting it, and then once I handwrite it, then I type it. And then I am in a critique and accountability group, which has been really helpful these last, 6, 7, 8 years now. So we've been really good with sharing each other's work, critiquing for each other. Once they read it through and give me some feedback, then I'll edit it after the first draft. Then I'll usually get a developmental edit, and then another edit after that, and proofread, and then get it ready to self-publish. So
it's in case you out there are thinking of writing a book, that in a nutshell is just some of the few steps that you may have to take. Like a lot of people, when they think traditional independence, they think traditional, they get to go all these, these hoops they got to jump through to get it out to market and stuff, and then to go back and push back. The editor pushes it back and go back. So they're familiar with that, but the indie authors, I think there's almost a misconception that they just write a book, do a quick edit, and then throw it out there. But one thing we found just from reading a lot of the independent books and why they're growing in such popularity is they still go through that whole process.
Yes.
Because you have to. You still only have when you get a book out there, it still has to be well edited.
Right.
Still has to look. The cover needs to look sharp. And it has to be captivating. With that hook in there, because you're still out there trying to get your books sold amongst all these other mystery books.
That's true, and that's the thing that people just kind of unfortunately have that assumption that we don't put all the hard work into it that we do go through all those hoops and those steps. It's important for me personally, if I'm going to put this out for someone to read, then I want to put my best foot forward. I want to do the best I can to put out the best product I can. And so, yes, it may have taken me a little longer to an extent, because as an independent author, you're the one paying for everything. You're paying for the cover, the editor, the developmental edit, all the different things that come along, the marketing that you have to do. That's all on your shoulders as an independent author. So, what I did is, and this is good advice for anyone on a budget, is I just slowly started either putting money away for things, excuse me, or buying things little bits at a time. So business cards, I would, because I do work a full-time day job too. A lot of us independent authors do still work, full-time day jobs. So I would buy my business cards one paycheck. then I would buy bookmarks. Then I would do my cover, or whatever little piece would be, just little by little is what I kind of started doing, or putting money away for a bigger, for the editing, which is kind of more expensive. So that really helped too. So don't get overwhelmed if you're wanting to write a book and you don't think it's possible. Start slow. Think about those things that you do want to do, and then either start saving for them or just do little bits at a time so it's not overwhelming.
Right.
Because a lot of people do get overwhelmed with the process with indie publishing, that if you're responsible for everything, it just kind of seems like, so much. Yes. So much that you can't do it. But if you break it down into more manageable parts, it really does help a lot to be able to accomplish your goal, because you're putting your heart and soul into it. But don't get discouraged. That would be probably my number one advice, is don't get discouraged. Like, take your time, make it more manageable goals, bring them, break them down into smaller pieces.
And I think another a good segue to the next point too is that one thing when it comes to like traditional versus like independent, whereas traditional you have a team,
yes,
and independent you have a community,
right?
So definitely take advantage of that community.
Exactly.
Build those relationships.
Yes.
Because one thing I love about being an independent writer and interacting with independent writers is the community. It's not it's where you guys are all collaborative. You're there to help each other. You all know what the grind is and what it takes to publish a book, and what it takes out of you. And you have a very supportive group.
Yes,
that's more than willing to give you tips, look at your work, and motivate you.
Right.
So
give each other advice. I mean, I think that's probably one of the things I love the most. Not only is just meeting the readers, but the other indie authors, because we don't gatekeep. We help each other out. We're there to discuss things, to, like you said, give each other advice, encouragement. Learn from one another. I think that's probably the biggest thing, that I love about this, is that we can support each other, and I've met some really amazing people with really amazing stories of their own, and maybe we don't write the same genre, but we're kind of going towards the same goal of becoming an indie author. So it's been really great process. I'm always ready to meet someone new or like learn about their book and their process. So it's been really great.
Yeah, it's been a good experience for me too, especially now that I'm on the bookseller side, just being able to meet all these interesting authors and stuff. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Sure.
Again, her debut book is the I the Dead. I keep the I the Dead. It is a Wedded Bliss mystery. It's the first book of a series, number 5. But definitely check it out if you love mysteries. Check out this book. All her links are going to be in the description below. So please go to her website or Facebook or Instagram, wherever she's on. Show your support. Check out her book. Review. That's a big thing that we all love. And just show her some love and support. And thank you again so much for coming on.
Thank you so much.
And thank you all for joining us again for another indie author interview. And we look forward to seeing you in the next one. You guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.